What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tears of a Clown. Jake's up in here. Jake, say something dumb.
I feel like if I had super strength, I would snap all of my bones within seconds of taking my first step.
Hell yeah, and we got Woolie up in here. Woolie, say something pertinent and brilliant.
Are we sure we shouldn't rank these by fuckability?
I'm in, dude. All right, everybody, we're ranking superpowers by fuckability today. I'm excited, but super strength gets weird. Super strength gets a little, I think, gets into weird territory a little bit.
Yeah, wait.
Come on.
Invisibility is the most perverted of the superpowers. We all know what we'd all do if we became, had the ability to become invisible. Okay, and it would definitely be, it'd be like Porky's Part 4s, whatever it would be. You know what I mean? Just horrific, you know? Like, why do I have to sign a consent release for showering in this locker room?
I just thought about telepathic sex, and that feels horrible. Like,
yeah, they're like bored. Or you see the other person they're imagining while they're fucking you. That's
a nightmare.
Cyclops and White Queen did have a telepathic like affair, though. That is a thing.
Oh,
that's right.
Right.
Amazing.
That's a metaphor for emotional cheating and the queer experience. That's if I remember correctly.
All right, fine. I will open the doors. We'll allow sex to be a part of the conversation. I think besides that, we're ranking these powers by, you know, strength and relationship to each other, by, you know, I don't know, killing, you know, I don't know, killing people and whatever, stuff like that, saving the world.
This is actually super, this is actually super clutch. Also, hi Tirzo, hi our magical clown friend who was born from darkness. You have the power to haunt my nightmares. That's what you have. This is where things get, I feel like I need to know where you both are coming from in terms of like realism, in terms of min-maxing. Like, when you're judging these powers, are you judging the classic comic book fantasy, or are you judging a universe where like air friction exists? Because that's two different topics.
Because I was what I was wondering too as well. So like I think it's easiest to rank it all in our world, right, and just kind of take it from there. But I was like, are we going according to if you put these powers in a ring and they fought each other, who would come out on top, or is it which life would have the most fun, which would be the most awesome? You know, if you know what?
Let's go with that one. Let's go with which. Yeah. What's the fun? Yeah, you're having the most fun. And then fuckability really does come into the conversation, first of all. Second of all, yeah, it's like we're over, you know, who would win against what. You know what I mean? It's like, if you could fly, then obviously you're going to beat someone who can just be invisible because you could just fucking, you know, hover above them and just piss, or, you know, I don't know what I would do, but I would come up with something, right? Get a bucket of lava or something. Yeah, exactly, Tears. So you know what I'm talking about. I'm okay, I should explain something for a second. I explained it to them. Tiger Cat, thank you so much for the sub. Animal shape-shifting powers are great if you use them for more animals than what manual. It just goes on and on after that. Tiger Cat, you're going off on a rant. But I will say, my wife and daughter left me, not forever, but just temporarily, and it's fine. It's consensual. They went to Florida to be with family. It's not funny, Tears. This is my life. This is the woman the woman I love, and the child I helped birth. No, but they are still in love with me and everything. We're cool. Everything's cool with them. Burning Circles, thank you so much for the sub. However, I have not spoke. I've been in deathly silence I've not left my apartment. I've been in complete silence for the past almost 24 hours, and it feels weird. I feel like a fucking alien right now.
You forgot that your mouth makes noises, and it feels odd in your body.
Yes, and last night I got really high and played that RoboCop game, and it fucking ruled, okay? I'm gonna just say that right now as well, because I think that helps you understand, like, my given circumstances, if to use an acting term.
So you've just been sitting in darkness, completely silent, shooting virtual men in the dick.
Yes,
for the past, like,
and
9
gooning
hours.
for the past, like, 24 hours.
Now, gooning can be a superpower, really.
Is gooning on the list? Tirzo says yes, gooning's on the list. DVD Buckle, thank you so much for the sub. Well, anyways, I think we got this. Let's get into it. Let's get the first power up on the docket. on the matriculational. All right, invisibility, we were talking about it. I think if we're talking about Malkman, thank you so much for the sub. If we're talking about fun life, I feel like invisibility is so good. You can get into any concert you want to. You know, you can be a fly on the all I want to do is be a fly on the wall, right? Like now, if you were to give me the option right now, I would be probably just going back and forth between JoJo Siwa's team and J-Lo's team and just being an invisible fly on the wall while they like try to figure out what the fuck to do with any of that. You know what I mean?
Okay, so like
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. It's the invisibility dream, which is immediately no doors closed to you. You have access to all the darkened boardrooms where the world is decided. You can learn the truth, espionage, like all that cool shit. In reality, though, do you know how much time you're just going to spend like in the world's most boring meetings waiting for them to get to the good shit? Like, there's going to be budgetary concerns, reading the minutes, staffing issues, and then like finally, by the end, they'll be like, oh, by the way, the laser weapon we're going to use on Pakistan is go. And you'll be like, aha, maybe.
Also,
like, there's so much downtime.
And wherever the most interesting place you can go is, you have to, like, you still have to get there, right? And, like, you're going to have to, like, take a bus, take an invisible plane, like, whatever it is.
Right.
You're going to have to hitch a ride invisibly onto the place. You're going to have, security with lasers, security with cameras and weight and distribution. Like, you can get caught. It's not that great. It's kind of boring.
And all of it naked. All of it completely buck naked.
You can't be naked. Oh, you can't be wearing clothes. So, like, hyperthermia is a constant risk when you're using your power.
I promise you, Tirzo's not just a clown on a pre-recorded video loop, by the way. Tirzo does other things that raise their thumbs up and shake their head. Tirzo, do anything else!
Tirzo, wave your right hand and then clap twice to prove you are not a videotape. No! Darn you, you fucking twisted
Tirzo's literally
jester.
in the room with me right now. I swear to Christ. Yeah, some people are saying naked is a bonus. Levi Matsubal says, OMG, I'm late and it's Woolie. That's right, we got Woolie, big get. Can't take a plane invisible because they're particular about onboard weight.
Yeah, and so once people know as well that that's a thing, they're gonna, like, they just need to throw dust up in the air and you're caught. If it's raining, you're caught. Like, if it's kind of foggy, you're caught.
Imagine being the guy in the shadowy boardroom being like, guys, I know this sounds crazy. I think there's an invisible guy in the room. And you throw the dust, and you were right? Holy shit, that guy's the real protagonist of this story.
I want to throw...
You're doing it, you're doing well, and then suddenly you sneeze.
Or fart!
What thing?
Or worse, so fart or shart. You know what I mean? Would be like, why is there shit flakes on the wall right now? You know what I mean? And then this is the thing I'm gonna say about it. If you can convince someone they're living in a haunted house anytime you want, and that fucking is awesome. You can get anybody, and pranks. Are you kidding me? I mean, pranks for days. I mean, talk about. And by the way, if we want to talk about what leads to money, YouTube pranks, bro. You're done. You're over. Million views every day. You know what I mean?
So you get to live your current life, but just mildly more fun.
A lot more successful. I'm not getting those kinds of prank bro views. I mean, I would die for some prank bro views, you know?
Holden, you're making a very good point, and that one of the key fantasies of the superpower is shielding from consequences. That there is something in your mundane life that is holding you back somehow, whether that is financially, physically, materially, and through a magical ability, you are now like completely broken off from those consequences. And invisibility does give you a lot more freedom.
Totally.
And I think that does add to its appeal. I want to say B for invisibility. Ooh, without the hollow man, you become a dark pervert and like a monster.
Can I just point out, too, that, like, if each of us were to do it, my piercings would be floating, and my tattoos would be floating, your glasses would be floating, and if you took them off, then you couldn't see properly. Like, It's not that great. I would drop it even lower than that, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
okay.
no, you get laser. I can't even LASIK. You get
They
LASIK.
can't find your retina. You're invisible. I feel like you can turn it on and off in our scenario.
Yeah,
If
in our
it's a
scenario, you
power-
can.
Okay.
Okay. I'm seeing this delighting. By the way, the subs are flying in. Thank you so much. Oh, floating tattoos would be cool, says Delighting Gale plays. And thank you, Laughing Saiyan, for the gifted sub to Golf House. Golf House, play golf in your house yesterday. Now, what I would say about this too is though, let's go back to the ghost scenario. Okay, let's say you're having a hard time at your job with your boss. You need to get that raise. You wait till it's bedtime. You sneak into his house. Maybe you have a little fun. Maybe you come in his shoes or something like that as a little extra joke. And then while he's trying to go to sleep, just be like, give Holden, give him a raise.
Guys,
Ghost,
but the
why do you
fact that
sound like
still
Holden?
The fact that you still have to have a job makes this another power means you can do wild shit for your life, and it's great. You have to work a job and occasionally go invisible and have fun.
Right.
Fuck that.
Well, actually,
Right?
now that you say it, though, I could just inside trade, right? I could white collar crime my way, right, into a bunch of money, right?
Listen in on what other people are doing, and
Yeah, or what? I don't know how they do stocks, but I'd figure out how to cheat by I don't know what. All right, fine, it's mid. I'm giving it a C. Jake, you want?
I will see where our vetoes come in. By the way, Willie, you have a veto, and you can bump anything up or down a level, and you can call that in whenever you want, or save it for the end. I don't agree with C, but I'm not willing to pop a veto for it just yet.
Yeah, it's a veto balloon, by the way. There's a lot of format thrown at you at once, okay? But that's how we like to do it. We don't like to be organized here. We like to confuse our guests and make that's you. And Tirzo can do so many things. They're a living, actual person. We didn't pre-record any of it. They could be doing a dance right now or anything.
lies until proven otherwise.
It's so
That is a
upsetting.
gift. That is a gift clown.
All right.
All right. Are we going mid? Are we going C for invisibility? Killing me,
C for
Tirzo.
invisibility.
Yeah. I'm not like we're just starting out. Like that's fine. We can start there and see where the balloons take us.
All right, cool. Follow the balloons, they say. All right, what do we have? What do we have next? LMAO Holden is breathing so heavily already, says Pocket Spice. What's that supposed to mean? It's ridiculous
means
what's going on here. All right, super speed. What are we saying here?
Super speed is awesome.
It's awesome, but like,
full
I hate
flash.
to. I
Full
have
flash,
that.
not just run fast. Right?
I have that opening scene from The Boys kind of stuck in my head when it comes to super speed. I feel like that was a really good example of how super speed would kind of be like, I feel like you could so easily hit stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, if you're fucked up and you run through someone's girlfriend, then that's no good. That's bad. If you like want to play any sport and be the best at it, if you
True.
want to compete in anything and be the best at it, the world is happening in slow motion for you, right? You want to talk about getting anywhere, doing anything. Like super speed's applications are like massive. You know, I think, and like there was even that one Flash that went like, "Yo, I'm gonna run to the library and speed read the entire library, and now I know everything."
And now you know
as well.
everything.
Right?
Can you also run around? Do we do the thing where you run around so fast it like sets time backwards or whatever? Is that a thing?
No, we're not going. We're going by Barry Allen rules, but not Ezra Miller rules. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So don't kidnap an indigenous person, is what you're saying.
That's not inherent to the Flash. That is specifically an act. God damn it, Tirzo.
It's just why even fine? Then we'll just videotape it and we'll just play that. It's incredible. You just lost yourself a job, Tirzo. I swear to God. I swear to God. All right, fine. I don't know. B. Whatever.
No, this is like A at the very least. This is like super free. Like not only just more time in terms of getting to places faster, more time in terms of just like slowing down time and getting more done in your in the hours you have on this planet. Or fuck it. Worst case scenario, you've done everything, you've seen everything. Literally just like throw me in a turbine and let me generate free power for fun while I will listen to podcasts. Like the applications are limitless.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to talk Kingdom Come Flash possibilities, literally like just running Sentinel around the city. Like every time something goes wrong, you drop a can, it appears back in your hand. You can make life perfect for people for a while if you want to do that. You know, as long as we got like Speed Force rules applying, I assume here, and
I want Speed Force. I want full Speed Force. Okay.
And we don't have to worry about Professor Zoom coming through and like ruining our life in various ways and making us extra sensitive to a woman's touch.
No, we're.
Okay.
It was me, Barry. It was me.
Barry.
Yeah, Uranium says, yeah, you would be subject to relativistic time dilation and age slower than everyone when you're running, which would be nice. You can avoid the Botox fees and the filler fees, and you wouldn't need to get the vampire facials they get out here in LA where they take some blood out of you and they cover your face in your own blood, and you pay them $1,000. You wouldn't have to do any of those things. It really does cost a lot of money to get that vampire facial. My wife looked into it.
So, A or S? That's the discussion.
I'm saying I go A personally.
I go A. I don't know. There's just something keeping it from a full S.
The fact that you break reality by existing does add some like emotional weight that makes it like a little bit burdensome.
And I think if you're not careful, either you'll die or you'll explode people and stuff.
That's it. If someone puts something in your way that you don't expect, you know, if you're just a little groggy and fucked up one morning, you could explode instantly. It can go real bad. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, you can't drink. You can't drink and have super speed. You fucking.
It's fine. I run better when I'm drunk. It's fine. Give me the boots.
I'm running home tonight.
Where are my boots?
I'm gonna run home tonight, my friend. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's give it an A. And now Tirza is going to do something very different from what Tirza's been doing this entire show. Take it away, Tirza. Do something different.
Now it's
so mad at you. I'm so upset with you.
We went from a GIF to a JPEG.
I was gonna give you a bucket of fish after this, and it's not happening anymore. All right, here we go for your pet bear. All right, here we go. What do we have next? Energy blasts, just straight up energy blasts. Okay, I mean, it's
like
cool.
This also I didn't include heat vision or eye lasers, but I feel like it's folded into it. And as a child, this was it for me. If you were a hero and just shot beams, if beams came out of your hands, I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. It's like, and then as an adult though, I'm just gonna say it, guns exist. There is already a readily available way to transfer a large amount of energy over distance towards targets, and if we're living with real world consequences, then like blasting stuff and shooting stuff is pretty much the same thing in the eyes of the law. And you're not getting a lot of bang for your buck.
Fun factor wise, I just don't see a ton of it. Like, it's cool a little bit. Like, people would have fun with you at parties. You know what I mean? You could go out and blast it up. You know what I mean? And make like finger blast jokes, I guess, or something if you're trying to like flirt. But other than that, there you go. There was something different. All right, unbelievable.
If you get creative, right? You got shit like, again, if Cyclops using the beams to land from a plane crash onto the ground,
stuff like that.
Like slicing stuff up. Like it depend. Like I know you got guns, but like if we're talking about like a laser that can basically like cut through a mountain, that's still an incredible super weapon.
Yeah, like if a little kid's dying of cancer or something like that, you can like take a rock wall and like write like, you know, the world loves you, Jerry, or whatever on it. I'm spitballing here. I'm just trying to think of day-to-day uses. Tirzo. You know
like,
what I mean?
It would, if you can like blast a little, like if you could, like someone's on their phone in a movie theater and you just give them a little like, pew! Like that would be fun. Yeah. That would be super fun.
It. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you can like really finely control it.
But like, yeah, if you can use it to like just lift yourself off, you can get some pseudo flight out of that, I imagine. Too,
Yeah, a little bit.
But you'd be destroying everything beneath you.
Everything, yeah. You'd be destroying literally everything.
Yeah, so that you can fly a bit.
And if you fly over like a gas line, you know what I mean? I mean, the whole neighborhood goes up. I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm thinking D on this one. You know what I mean? Compared to the other, like, just for a life full of fun. I mean, the only way you can make money off it is like to be like a work for the military or be like a circus freak. You know what I mean?
You do have to fight. That's true.
Forget about YouTube pranks. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, watch me like cut this houseless man's leg off at the park. I mean, no one's gonna want to fucking watch that. That's not gonna get the views. I mean, I don't know why everything has to pertain to prank videos for me, but it's just, bro, I want to do some pranks.
Brains.
I need
content brained up the ass.
And once again, like while shooting the beam, if you slip on a fucking banana peel, like everyone in that city's dead.
Right.
Because you just like that's it.
Yeah, everyone's done. Everyone's done. And there's no way you're learning stock tips with laser beams. You know what I mean? Energy
Damox
blast.
says you could be a welder. Yeah, it's a great trade. That's a wonderful profession. But it feels like just not the best use.
Yeah, it's one of those like, oh, finally we're having a very specific use case for my superpower with this one supervillain or whatever it is, or with this one, I guess in the real world with this one like fascist government.
Then if there is a scenario where the goal is I have to stop a bad guy without physically touching them, guns exist. It's just not like it just doesn't. And I'm not a gun guy. It's just the fantasy of going like hyper beam go is just not. It just doesn't have any practical. Like best case scenario, the U.S. government is going to tie you to a pole and stick you on a battleship and point you at Tehran, and like that's it. And that's not a good thing.
If there were a second beam user that you could have a beam battle with, this would be an S to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not. Therefore,
yeah, you're the one guy with it. So I'm gonna say, is this D or F?
It might be F.
F. Wow. Oh,
in terms of actually. Okay, D. Okay, D.
D. There's some good in it. There's some. All right, D. Let's go D.
It is cool.
It's cool.
Like
fun at parties.
You fly out to the salt flats and you get to just cut loose for an afternoon. That's probably the most fun a human being could possibly have.
There you go. All right, D. All right, what do we got next? Something good, I hope. Something fast and dirty. Oh, animal shape-shifting. Very cool. Very cool. Is that cooler than invisibility? Because at the end of the day, it's like, fuck being a fly on the wall. I can just be Elon Musk and make changes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is
talk about
dependent
pranks.
on your improv skills. I will say.
I'm a wonderful improviser. I think, but that's the thing. Just go work your way up at UCB. Go to the Groundlings. Just go to Second City. Yeah.
Okay. Learn to do accents and then pull shit off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Dialects and everything. Because that's the thing. If you're shapeshifting, you don't just like get the dialect, right? Like you'd have to like go Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the bit. It's like, shape shifting. If you're just looking like the person, if you're not getting the ability of the thing you shapeshift into, necessarily, then you got to go become a really smart, learned polyglot that knows many languages and can infiltrate.
Man, how many times? Just any one of my enemies, man, I can just fuck their whole life up in one day, dude. Like, talk about like hacking someone's like Twitter account. You like, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I'm saying like, think hacking a Twitter account, but like on the biggest scale possible. Where you're literally them for a day. I mean, you knock them out or whatever. You know what I mean? You use some chemicals or something. I don't know what you do, but
how many enemies do you have, Holden?
Being them for a day. Become their mother.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And go find them.
Become their mother and just come in and be like, I'm into anal now, and just start shoving stuff up your butthole right in front of them, dude.
Because you're a shapeshifter. You're a shapeshifter. So many things can go up there. You have full control over that thing.
It's not going to be like, I'm going to be Ronald's mom, but I'm going to have a giant, crazy, weird asshole. and then go in. And by the way, to answer James's question behind the booth, so many enemies, dude. Look at this face. So many people just see me and just go, oh, he must be someone to hate. You know what I mean? And I'm innocent, man. I've been good to everyone I've ever known. I live a clean life, dude. I've literally never regretted anything I've ever said to anyone.
I mean, outside of shenanigans, the super fantasy, the freedom that shapeshifting would give you is the idea that, like, you will never feel bad about your appearance ever again, because you can look exactly how you want to look at any given second. You can be as beautiful, as tall, as burly, whatever you want, and, like, the only catch is then you get the weepy thing where it's like, I don't even know what my real face is anymore. Yes. Who am I?
Right.
And then you, like, turn into all the people you shapeshifted into, and it's, like, real sad, and they play violin music.
But Jake, little do you know, I'd be brave and be the ugly man. That's what I do. I'd walk around as the ugly man. You know what I mean?
That's your fantasy. Is like, I just want to see how jacked I can get before people just start screaming on sight at me.
Like, that's it. It's like, you're like, oh, sorry, weepy, sad, I don't know who I am anymore. Fuck that. It rules. You get sad for 2 seconds and then buff the fuck up. Everything's awesome. That is a great power.
I also feel like in every like X-Men movie or whatever, like that's always the most like fun, exciting kind of like plot like the power where you're like, oh, so much cool, you can do so much shit with this. And I feel like that would invade the real life. Like, oh, there's so many options here. You know what I mean? I'm not just naked in a conference room trying to see if the NASDAQ's gonna go up tomorrow. I'm fucking out there on the streets being, you know, The Rock or whatever, you know? And ruining his life and cheating on his wife like in front of her and stuff like that, which would be so cool. But I could do anything. I could be, yeah, exactly. I could be a pro wrestler for that'd be funny too, to be like really bad. I could live out all of my bad dreams. I could do any play and not know the lines and go out on stage and just like be in a Broadway musical and like have no idea what I'm doing. That'd be so amazing.
Okay, the shenanigans.
Yeah, I'd be Daniel Day-Lewis on set and just be like, and make weird choices and make like Nick Cage style choices. Everyone's like, Daniel Day's lost it, dude. He's fucking lost it.
I mean, you can fuck with international like diplomatic relations. You can turn into Kim Jong-un, go fly over to North Korea, fuck shit up,
yes.
Go nuts. It's incredible.
Yes.
You can do
I would love to be in the shoot them, they're the fake, like kind
right.
of showdown. That has to be super
right.
fun.
It's like an everyday game, and then to be like, and now I'm gonna be the ugly man, the broken man, you know,
no,
and feel brave and feel and be amazing. All right, is this S?
It's got to be S, because again, it's not just become like your Kim Jong-un. It's become Kim Jong-un with a giant cavernous asshole.
Yes.
You can do that.
Yes, and start shoving stuff. Dude, how crazy. But that's the thing. That after a while, they'd be like, we know the imposter man. We know it now. And the biggest tell is if you see some very popular public figures just start shoving stuff up their asshole. Yeah, they have to start switching
what
up.
What you would do, you would change the world once word got out that there's only one imposter. It would, like, the world would become real life Among Us within a month.
Totally. All right. I think in terms of real life, S. In terms of real life, it's S. That's great. Yeah, because that's all I kind of want to do is live a bunch of different lives, you know? All right. What do we got next? What do we got? Ooh, James, give it to me. Telekinesis, baby. Telekinesis. So that's just moving stuff with your brain. Shout outs to Control. It's really fun in that game to use telekinesis. In terms of real life, though, not as cool as being able to be Kim Jong-un or
I disagree.
Shoving things up your ass. Yeah?
I've been waiting for this, Holden. This is it. This is the be-all, end-all. This is the power above powers, because you want to fly? Will yourself to fly. You want to be super strong? Will the thing to lift while you're lifting it. You can repel attacks. You can do like literally anything. Full Akira shit. You could get Dr. Manhattan with it. You could like break apart the molecules that make up the ocean just for fun. This is it. This is like the best power.
You can edit the world, but like, how much fun is that going to be after a while?
Yeah, first of all, I'm not a big like Minecraft guy. You know, I'm not like a builder. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And so what's the real life? Yeah, exactly. What's the real life fun of that? Give me a scenario. Give me what's a cool? Oh, it's Saturday. I got nothing going on. I'm gonna use my telekinesis to have a good day today. What are we doing?
You're flying to the liquor store, gathering a massive cloud of bottles of Grey Goose, carrying it with you while like people are like, no, you can't, please, you have to pay for those. And you're like, stop me. And you blow a hole through the wall and fly out.
Okay.
The worst case scenario for telepathy is that it becomes you become second nature to the point where all the muscles in your body atrophy because at a certain point you get so lazy that like even like eating, you just like mind the food into your mouth and mind the food.
Okay, so I'm just getting really drunk and literally not moving my body while I feed myself.
No,
I'm fucking depressed right now, man.
That's the worst case scenario. That's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario.
Okay.
You're flying to war zones and like stopping all the bullets and like grabbing all the guns and mushing it into a big ball and being like, you will stop this unjust war. So saith Mindglore, the Brain Master, or whatever cool name you give yourself.
You can telepathy. You can lift a giant city up and make a floating asteroid M motherfucker of a civilization. You can with your holding it up with your own will. Like that can become a thing if you want to be that kind of person. If that's the kind of fun you want to have.
Right.
But if you go to sleep one night and you like have a bad dream and then the whole thing falls out of the sky and
exactly. Someone did make a case, not to make everything sexual, but we did say we'd open the doors to that. Hands-free gooning, 24/7. I do think that. Thank you, Uranium. I see that. So everything you guys said kind of washed right over my head, but that clicked a little bit. Now we're moving down the right thing. It just really seems though like it's an ability to enable laziness, like extreme laziness, which I guess I don't hate per se. You know, I'm a lazy guy, but I don't know. And then how does it make me money? How does telekinesis make me a lot of money?
I mean, hold the world hostage. That's easy.
Yeah, you're exactly. Yeah. Construction. You build yourself the coolest house, and you build anyone anything they want to do.
Right.
Yeah. And again, like all propulsion can be powered.
Yeah, it could be like a master architect, like all-in-one builder kind of thing. Oh, and I can make cool like like I always want to do like the adult fun house. You know what I mean? So it's like a bar. This is a horrible idea because there'd be puke in the ball pit and everything, but it's like a bar with like a play zone. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Let's go back to hands-free gooning. I think we had it there. I would go... I'm gonna go B. I would even go.
You were offered unlimited power over the physical world, and you're like,
I couldn't get into Mario Maker. I tried. I was like, I'm gonna make so many Mario levels. It's gonna be so cool, and I just couldn't get into it. Whatever, Tirzo. I'm just glad you're doing different things.
Oh my god.
That look at the end.
This is as close to like godhood over the physical realm as you can get. This is so OP. It's so insane. You can do anything with this. I must press for S tier.
Okay, people are saying basketball, and that's clicking a little bit more. You could be a really good... You can do basketball, sports
or
stuff.
Pop
like
a shot if you want.
It is amazing if you're creative and can think of how to edit the world and do interesting things with it. If you're not, it fucking sucks.
If I'm not, I'm just carrying a bunch of Grey Goose out of the liquor store. I don't even need all of it. I need one bottle.
While gooning the entire time.
Oh my God, that man in the liquor store is gooning. And I brought 5 of my children into the store because I too have a problem. I don't know. This scenario is making me sad. Everyone's like S, it's A, it's S. I mean, I think it's a hard C, but you guys tell me.
No, you're crazy.
I mean, S seems like high, but like I feel like A or so. Again, just for the gooning scenario, stealing all the booze while drooling, because you're just sitting there going like 24/7. Yeah, I feel A.
All right, we can get. What do you think, Jake? Is it A?
I want S, but I guess I'll settle for A.
It's an A, and I will say this as well. Chat, if you want to veto it, throw it at A. James, go ahead while I say this. If you, chat, want to veto one, chat gets a veto balloon. Just pop those veto balloons in chat and we'll put a poll up. But also, 2 different sub vetoes. 2 people who do 5 gifted subs will get their own personal veto balloon. It goes to the first 2 people to gift 5 subs. Consider it, then the veto balloon will be yours. That's right. The veto balloon will be yours.
You know what? I can't do this. I can't do this. Pop my balloon. Telekinesis has to be at S. It's too good. It's too fucking good.
All right. I'll sit on mine,
It's flight. It's super strength. It's like you get to basically blast. There's so much shit. Yeah. Hey!
Six Roll says you are a god. All right, what do we have next? Invulnerability, very fun. See, now we're speaking my language right now. That's all I want.
More freedom from consequences.
Yeah, I just want freedom from consequences. Oh my God, I went into the liquor store. Let's go back to the liquor store scenario that we all know and love.
Walk into the middle of a war zone and just ask people, how's it going?
I'm gooning it.
Superpower measurement metric. That's what we always.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm gooning at the liquor store. I might want to go to the grocery store afterwards, so I do have things to do after this. I got to pick up some eggs or whatever it is I plan to eat. I plan to eat a lot of eggs later that day, just like a bunch of scrambled eggs and fried eggs and all sorts of stuff. And so, but I don't have any money, so I'm going to steal the liquor, but then the Grey Goose or whatever, right? And they're like, that man's going to steal the Grey Goose, attack him, hurt him, and nobody can get me. And I just go out and get my...
skydiving without a parachute, or wrestle a bear just to see what it feels like. Or just become the world's most unstoppable MMA professional. Or actually, no, I bet even with invulnerability, someone can just immobilize me and I'll just be without super strength, I think I'm actually kind of fucked. But
Chatalupa, whose comment hilariously got flagged for aggression, asked, "Can you drown?" Which in a different context is very funny to come into a chat and be like, "Hey, can you please drown? Because I hate you." But what they're actually asking is, if you're invulnerable, can you drown, Jake?
So
or Woolie?
I feel like yes, you can still drown.
Okay, because I was sitting on 2 things with invulnerability here, and one is Ninja Scroll, and the other is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, both where the villain that has invulnerability gets launched into space and or dropped to the bottom of the ocean, and forever they just sit there going crazy, because they'll never die, and they can't be saved, and they're just sitting there going nuts indefinitely. It's the most...
That's so good. That's so good.
It's really bad.
Oh, no. You know where my mind went, Woolie, is you're invulnerable. You could you can take, you can walk into the middle of a nuclear reactor. You can get shot in the eyeball. Nothing hurts you. But then there's a little blood in your pee one morning. You go to the doctor, you get the CAT scan. There's a tumor and it's bulletproof and they can't get it out.
Oh, they're not getting in.
Yeah, they can't get in. That's the nightmare.
I want to say there was a comic I read where they couldn't do surgery on somebody that needed surgery. I feel like that was something that came up with Luke Cage or something like that.
Right. Yeah. If there's exactly. And then you're just, can you feel pain if you're invulnerable?
I think in the fantasy, you can just, you're not
right.
You're still you're tough.
I guess we're getting to it. There's too many weird loophole consequences to this ability, right? That you just don't have with so many of the other ones. So the ocean space one is so good, dude. That's fucking.
People are bringing up this isn't immortality. I'm saying this isn't immortality. You still age. You still live a full life. It's physical damage. You are impervious from physical.
You will die of age eventually. But if you get stuck in a situation you can't save yourself from, then till you die, you're just in that situation.
You're just stuck. You're
or floating in space.
Then I think it's low. I think it's D. My only thing is, do we have an F? My only problem is, where's the bar? Do we have an F?
I didn't put any real knowingly shit ones,
right.
So I don't know.
Okay, well, whatever. I think I'll probably vote the other one down to F. What was the other one at D? What's the other one at D?
Energy blast.
Yeah, that's probably getting vetoed down to F by me. So, yeah, I'm gonna go. I say, are we cool with D for this?
There's still practical applications. It's still very fun, assuming these outlier scenarios don't pan out. I want to go to a bar and just like tell everyone to fuck themselves. And if I get punched, I'll just be like, try again, idiot.
So you just want to be an asshole? So you just want to be an asshole?
Yeah, that's what the ultimate asshole is one whose ass cannot be kicked.
But like, if your enemies hate you, they just drop a building on you, and then you're alive, but you're stuck under a building.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I also feel like
who am I pissing off?
This is the other thing. You just literally said you want to be a professional piss people off person, and now you don't know who you're gonna piss off. Second of all, can you even goon? I don't even think you can. If you can't feel like, if you're invulnerable to anything, I don't even know if you can break through the membrane. You know. Whatever, cheers. I'm giving it a hard D.
I don't agree. I think at least a C.
What do you think, Woolie? Tiebreaker, C or D?
I think D.
All right, it's D. Thank you. And he already lost his, foolishly already spin his veto balloon. All right, what is next? Clairvoyance. This is a good one. Clairvoyance. Being able to see. I guess we got to get some ground rules for what this clairvoyance.
What does that mean exactly?
Is that seeing into the future?
Future sight.
Yeah, future sight.
Future sight.
So what are we talking about here? Is it like, can you super see the future, as much of the future as you want? Is it just something that comes in little bursts, like when it was weirdly necessary? Like, what are we talking about?
I think in the fantasy version. No, go ahead, please.
Just like, if you can foresee that I'm gonna bitch slap you, but you can't stop it and you get bitch slapped.
Yeah.
That ain't that impressive.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Can you do anything about it is kind of like the big point for me, the sticking point.
I will say, oftentimes in my life, I just wish I knew what the result was going to be, even if it was bad, so I could just like be more prepared, process it early. You know what I mean? If I just like that would help a lot, honestly. If I knew like, oh, tomorrow's gonna be a shitty day, I feel like that day wouldn't be as bad for me mentally because I knew it was gonna be a shitty day ahead of time. You know what I mean? Or if I was gonna like lose the big dance competition, right? Then I'd be like, okay, at least I know, and I'll give it my all, and then I'll lose, and it'll be okay. And Shelly, damn it, I'm fucking over you coming in and taking my fucking glory, dude.
No, I think ideal scenario.
Move to Vegas. Yeah, move to Vegas. Yeah, what are you saying, Jake? What is the rule here?
Ideal scenario, you are like full Groundhog Day, like in control. You like you know what's happening. You can sense everything and make the ideal choices towards your ideal results. Less so like weird shit where you know 9/11's gonna happen, so you go down to the Twin Towers and you're like, everyone listen to me, a weird guy yelling, you gotta get out of the building. Like, that's like an undue burden. That's like, if you can come to peace with the fact that like you're not gonna be able to change the big stuff, but you know, like, if you say this like one weird compliment to your boss, he's gonna be like, that kid's got a good block on his chain, I'm gonna give him a raise. Like, that's like, I feel like the ideal scenario.
Then I agree with Woolie, move to Vegas.
Yeah, so you can save state essentially and just always do the right thing. Always kind of just, just a Groundhog Day, like one in advance. Yeah, rule the casinos, get infinitely rich forever on that. And just, honestly, like, you can live a life where you always make the slightly right decision, on a day-to-day basis. Feels pretty high.
I feel good about it because I think it's B territory, but I will also say then I'll just win a bunch of money and just live a comfortable life. I mean,
the casinos will shut you down within like 2 days.
Fine, I only need one, like, fuck it. Or if I can just win the lottery or whatever, and they can come after me, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm saying
winning the lottery is a death sentence. It's like, it's a
yeah, exactly. I listened to This American Life as well, and it did sound bad. You do have to cut off your family and stuff like that. Yeah, when you win free money, even though to me I'd be like, I didn't win free money. I have this really cool ability. That's why I won the money. But they would be like, oh, you just like fell backwards on this money, and then I'd have to cut all my family out, which honestly would be great for a bunch of them because they're fuckers, you know?
But you are guaranteed to become that asshole villain that everyone hates because you go on about destiny and inevitable things, right?
Right.
Everyone's going to hate you for being like, nope, you can't change it. That's just the way it is. You're going to become that jerk.
All right.
Yeah.
C? I'm feeling very even about this because I want that money, dude. I want that thick.
C, because you can get money, you can bend the trajectory of your life into a pleasant place. No higher, because I think Woolie and Holden, you're hitting a really important thing that, like, at a certain point you'll be like, free will is a lie. All is fated.
Right.
We are all a series of events happening, frozen in nothingness.
But
And,
unlike
that's
invulnerability,
a bad
there's
guy.
no gooning issue here. So
No.
In fact,
Unless-
you can optimize your gooning by realizing I shouldn't have nutted to that. I
Right.
should have actually saved it for
this will not be a pornographic video that will bring nut. And then this
You bring a girl home, realize you're gonna spoof too early, and you're like,
Right.
no.
Right,
why?"
yeah. And then get all philosophical, you know, and they'll pour the shit. All right, cool. I'm thinking B.
Message back in time like Raiden, he must nut.
Jesus, this guy really needs to fucking get a nut out. Yeah, I'm gonna go with B on that. B? Can we do B?
All right. Yeah,
No?
we could use a B.
What do you say, Woolie?
Yeah, sure. It's about the highest. At
Yeah.
the highest, that's it.
All right, let's give it a B. All right. What do we have next? People are very upset. People are trying to stop the nut. All right. Teleportation. I feel like teleportation is fantastic for, like, I mean, if you're a world traveler, obviously, or something like that, or you just want to, see what, like, you just want to, like, see what the inside of a room you can't get into looks like, you know?
Yeah, I think teleportation is unstoppable. It's everything about super speed, but better because there's no lag time. If there's no delay between places you can go and how quickly you can go there, being anywhere all times, omnipresent, that is S to me. That is like, you can't stop that. Anywhere at all times is unbelievable.
The only thing is, let's get a ground rule in here, because I think the one thing I always think about is how easy it would be to teleport into a situation where there's like a desk coming through my pelvis and I'm dead.
Oh god, the no clip rule. Yeah, I hate that. No. The most terrifying thing about the Nightcrawler ability is the idea of teleporting halfway into a wall and just exploding. Like, he doesn't have the ability to do that because it's just the same world but smaller. So I think if you can't clip into anything physical, then we're good. If you can, then this becomes a fucking hard F to me. Because
well, if we're throwing out physics and nightmare scenarios, then teleportation is broken because the Earth is moving through space at thousands of miles per hour, and as soon as you bamf, you're just flung into the fucking ether. So, like, I feel like the good version of teleportation is I can go anywhere, any place, anytime, at will. I will say, similar to telekinesis, your legs might fall off because you haven't used them to do like, by year 5 of teleportation, like, you're not walking to the kitchen for a snack. You're not even walking to the bathroom. You're not even walking. You're just bamfing, like, even centimeters at a time because it's just that instantaneous and easy.
All right, wait. So is the clip rule is the no clip rule happening or no?
I think no clip. I think no. Fantasy version, like, coolness factor wins. You're not gonna end up just like in the middle of some power lines in Kazakhstan.
Then I agree with Woolie. S.
All right.
teleport your bowels on someone's head.
Yeah, all that shit, dude. Yeah, put it. Oh my god, talk about YouTube pranks, bro. Now we're talking about language. You can put
All
shit.
I can think about is like the nightmare scenarios where like you're on a plane and it's like, I'm sorry, our landing is going to be delayed by 3 hours, and you're like, oh bullshit. So I'm just going to teleport there. You teleport, but you're still moving at 500 miles per hour. power. Just like all the weird shit that could happen if actual physics was involved.
Lick Ricky, love the quote from Spaceballs. Why didn't anyone tell me my ass was so big? Let's go with S on teleportation. Hell yeah. I think we have quite a handful left, so I think we're gonna lightning round. I think we have to lightning round a couple of these here. Let's get on to the next one. What do we got here? Talk to animals?
Okay.
Talk to animals, control
All right.
animals.
Okay.
I mean,
Control animals? Okay. Now, can you tell the animals to do things that they can't do? Can you get all the animals and tell them to write Shakespeare and then they'll do it? Or is it as smart as you are? What is the limitation?
Yeah.
So, like, in comic books, Aquaman can tell a fucking, school of minnows to, like, disassemble a nuclear sub, and they're like, can do, Mr. Aquaman, King of Atlantis, and that's super fun.
Hey.
The nightmare scenario is like, okay, Mr. Spider, I'm going to need you to crawl into the president's office and tell me what he's saying on that phone call. And the spider's just like, eggs, eat bug, eggs. I must lay eggs,
Right.
eggs, please. And you're just like, well, fuck.
Right.
I mean, I imagine this almost being like if you were controlling animals like units in StarCraft or something, where it's like, what that thing can do, it can do. But, like to make everything just be copies of you, essentially, and be as smart as you are, I don't know if... I feel like that would be extending beyond the limit of what the power can be, what
I'm seeing a lot in chat is everyone being like, well, it's an absolute S for me because then I get to talk to my cats. And I just want to say this. It's kind of an S for me because then if these people get to talk to their cats, they'll find out how much of a fucking asshole these cats are. And it would be such hubris. It would feel so good. They'll be like, oh, fuck, this cat who I've been keeping alive and taking care of all this time and giving unconditional love to is an asshole. And it would give me so much joy to see that look on people's faces.
Holden, you're touching on... Yeah. Holden, you're touching on something that I feel like does make this an S, even without the I can give highly complex instructions and the animal can understand me with human intelligence, which is you are not going to be bored for a second for the rest of your life as you just travel the world figuring out how other animals think. Like, that is like one month you're just talking to dolphins and you're just like, whoa, so you have a religion? That's fucking crazy.
Well,
like,
and they rape.
Another week you're...
They do.
Yeah, I said they have a religion. It was implied.
Also, Buttbags highlighted a message. Buttbags paid points to highlight a message that just says Holden is a sad, lonely miser. Well, whatever, Buttbags. I'm just saying. I don't think these cats are as cool and nice as you think they are. That's all I'm trying to say. I think this is low on my book. I think about some animals. I'm going.
Imagine a conversation with a goose. Imagine the rage and anger. Imagine how fucking horrible that would be.
Right.
Man.
So you move
Awful.
on. You move on to a capybara and have the best hang of your life.
They're all upset. I don't think any of them are happy.
I swear to God, I bet a Komodo dragon knows some shit about being chill that will change your life. It is infinite possibilities. The world is exploded. Yes, you will be vegan within minutes.
Gaylor Saturn says you could be an amazing scientist, which would be cool. You would be a renowned biologist and yada yada yada. I could see that. I'll bump it up to a C.
No, this is the most fun of any superpower in a practical sense.
What? I feel like you're like, oh, I can talk to a mongoose. Sure, you can do it once, and then you'd be like, I talked to a mongoose. What about a year later when you're like, all right, I've talked to all the animals. Mongoose are chill.
There's so many
Rats
animals,
are
Holden.
annoying. Cats are assholes. And then by the end of it, you're like, I did it all, and now I'm bored. I wish I had telekinesis.
An octopus could tell you the true name of God. There is depths of knowledge and experience and philosophy.
It's one name, and then I learned it. Now I'm moving, and now I'm like, what's next? I'd do that for a year, I'd be done. I'll give it a C charitably, but that's about it. What were you going to give it, Jake?
I was going to give it an A or an S, but I understand this is my fucking white whale, which I could talk to in this scenario.
And here's my final argument. I'm at a liquor store. I'm purchasing a bottle of Grey Goose.
Okay, Holden, you want the goon angle? If you can talk to animals, you will be able to find a weird thing that will give you consent. You will be able to find one that is down.
I'm not into bestiality, man. I'm into gooning. There's a difference.
You say that, and then there's going to be a marlin, and it's going to be so live and so elegant, and it's going to be like, hey, guy who talks to animals, I feel a connection, you know?
If it was just talking to them, I would agree with Holden. I'd say it's low, but the control element makes it so that you can like land from flying on birds. You can have a kingdom of animals that listen to your beck and call. Like the control plus talking puts it higher than that to me.
Okay, what's it at, Woolie? I'll go with what you say.
I feel B. I feel B.
Okay.
All right, we're cool with B. Put it at B. We're cool with B. All right, what's next? What do we got next here? I think we got, what, like 6 left?
Yeah, 6 left.
Let's fucking bang this out. What do we got? Lay it on me. Strong man, big strong guy. I love being big and strong, and I do think at the end of the day, I am big and mean and strong, and I just feel like not enough people refer to me as that or whatever. So maybe I would like to be strong and, you know, and kind of mean too.
Again, lifting stuff, you know, it's cool, but it hits the same kind of level of the telekinesis issue almost of like, okay, you can punch things hard, you can break things, but how's your life gonna, like, you know, what else is it gonna do beyond that?
In fact, it has the of mice and men effect where like you're probably gonna like accidentally break someone's bone or, you know, and talk about fuckability. I mean, I feel like you're so easily, you know, possible, you know, you get lost in the moment and all of a sudden, you know, the woman's got a hole through the back of the top of her ass or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Because you can't be with anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, low. I'm not looking at this special.
How did you get that so quick? That was
good
not part of
illustration.
the slide deck.
By the way, spoiler alert for Of Mice and Men. Jesus. How many people are going to ask you to help them move? You just become everybody's bitch, too.
Yeah.
Like, actually,
best case scenario,
is this our
you're
F?
back on construction gigs.
I think this is our F, dude. I think this is our dirty F, actually. I'm thinking about it.
You're in a bank and a bunch of masked robbers come in and they're like, everybody, this is a stick up, and I've read enough comic books to know what to do here, and you're like, unhand that bank teller, you knave, and you give him a solid right cross, a big superhero punch, and you immediately shatter your hand and you kill a guy.
Yeah.
And then you're just
You
shot
kill a
at
guy and they're like, why did you do that? This would have been nonviolent. That's the thing. I don't even think it would be great. Yeah, they'd want you to be an enforcer. I feel like you would really just end up becoming a product of the military, and I think we all know that. They would like essentially force you to be a military person.
You know, then back to your boring life and except, you can lift the Blarney Stone. Like, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a shit? I think it's an
No
F.
tier.
I think it's
all right. I like F.
It's our first F. Fantastic. Our first F. Let's get the awesome. All right. Case next. Sorry, I'm unwieldy. Doing some camera fixes here. I'm all over the place. All right, strength again. I think it's A this time. All right, here we go. Telepathy. We just talked about how bad this would be for fuckability. Let's just start there, because then you'd be able to see who the person is imagining while you're fucking them. And
Like,
that would
right
be
away.
such a bummer, you know? Be like, oh, fucking Oscar
But then you
Isaac
can
again?
But you can find the person who's thinking of you, though, right? You can master manipulate just about anyone with this type of shit.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
it's pretty good.
You could gaslight the shit out of people.
Yeah.
You can gaslight people. You could learn all sorts of, as many secrets as invisibility would, and I would think almost more efficiently in a way. I would say you would like begin to hate literally every human being on Earth, because everybody has fucked up horrible thoughts, and you would just get a front row seat to all of them, which would be a nightmare in its own way.
if you can choose to turn it on and off, and it's not flooding into your brain like Xavier, like even then, at a certain point, you'd probably you'd start to despise everybody because of the way they thought, probably. But again, you could really influence society in a fucked up way, and just control everybody by giving them exactly what they want or saying the right things. You know, real sociopath shit. It's up there.
I mean, also, like, if you're like me, you know, I'm trying to write, like, screenplays and, like, you know, or if you want to be an actor or something like that, I mean, you have all the source material in the world. You can get into anyone's head and be like, all right, I'm trying to write as a, you know, 15-year-old girl for this, like, high school comedy, and you could just go and just get just the actual thought process, you know what I mean, and truly get in there, or actually talk about that. Whatever, Tirzo. I'm scratching your girl, old man, 6-year-old man, 6-year-old man.
Yay!
Dog fucking a sexier dog.
Well, I mean, just you jump in there and realize it's like, oh, your entire life is just, oh no, that boy doesn't like me, and my friend didn't like my thing on Facebook, and like, you know. But if telepaths can go both ways though, right? Like, you can make your voice heard in other people's heads.
Yes. Yes.
That's
super
huge.
clutch to
You want to talk about creating a religion? You want to talk about putting your voice in everyone's head and making them have the same thought and, like, communicating to the world?
Lie detector as well.
Min-maxing
and
right
I'm gonna
now.
go ahead and say
You're
this right now,
min-maxing.
or if you're just trying to, like, be more shenanigan oriented, go join any world championship poker tournament. Anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Go in with $1 million cash prize and sit there and just be able to know what everyone's cards are because they're staring at them and you can just read their minds and you win. Right? I mean, I feel like, you know, I always have to think about gambling. I have to think about how to get money, right? You would just do it so immediately. Or game shows if you want to get sillier with it, you know?
Or just go up to the person with all the money and say the name that would make them cry and give you all their money.
Right.
You know, this is baby steps.
Yeah, I feel like telepathy is high. If it's not S, it's A. What do you guys think?
I S-rank it.
Oh, yeah, except for the part, what are we saying? Can we turn it off? If we can't turn it off. I don't know if it's S rank because of how annoying it would get. I think that brings it down to an A.
I think we can, for the like, they have, in comic books, they always have to have the telepathy guy get overwhelmed so that every problem isn't immediately solved by the telepath. That's why we have this image of, like, too many voices, like, but in this scenario, no, you can turn it off.
If we're bringing in the goon metric, you're gooning to everyone's thoughts.
Yeah.
As you jump into everyone's heads and you're looking at their memories, which is fucked up.
Yeah.
That's super fucked up.
Yeah.
But the goon metric says that you can do that. It's high.
I think it's A. I think it's A.
I think it's A rather than S.
Yeah, I think it's A because of the annoying factor. Because I think I'd lose my mind a little bit. Let's give it an A. All right, we still have 2 sub balloons left, which means they're just the only 2 that there are. Gift 5 subs and you will get a sub balloon yourself. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you, Tirzo. I got to use my sub balloon, but I guess I'm waiting till the end. We have 4.
Holden, don't tell them to sub to the channel. It'll only support the network and help streams like this continue. We can't have that.
Sub to the channel.
Sorry, fuck it. Pop my balloon. I'm thinking about it. Telepathy, I want that up. I want that at S.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Telepathy at S.
Everyone on the planet and say annoying noise indefinitely. You could just go in everyone's head forever. That's right.
All right. Fantastic. All right. And what do we have next? 4 categories left. Super intelligence. Again, I feel like ignorance is bliss, though. And I don't know
You're hitting something really true. Higher intelligence, massive greater indices of mental illness. Like, if you don't want to be depressed, don't have super intelligence.
Yeah, I seriously, and yeah, you could be like a billionaire or something. You could be like a leader of industry or, in think tanks and really breaking ground with humanity. But I do think that you would not live like an enjoyable life. Woolie?
Yeah, you'd also be lonely. You would steer humanity into that picture of like every building looking super amazing in the future. Like, humanity if we did this, and it's all like you would create the best world possible. But you'd be so lonely and depressed, and you would absolutely hate that shit very quickly after making the world a better place. Because everyone else is just
the
that much
fully
dumber than you.
indestructible. I've mastered the big stupid glass dome over a whole city. But at what cost? At what cost?
Yeah, I'm thinking I might even go F on this one. Or what are we saying? Is there the highlights are you can definitely have a successful life, whatever.
Everyone you love
say it,
is everyone you love is a toddler in terms of like the distance between your intelligence and them. That existence gets miserable quick, man.
Yeah, and probably everyone who's on your level is like your competition. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, unless you can maybe befriend a really smart person, but I don't know. I'm thinking...
Okay, one counterpoint in defense of superintelligence, you can, invent a full Iron Man suit. You can invent a telepathy machine. You can, replicate any of the other powers. And, with a little imagination... Yes, you're a lonesome weirdo on the top of a titanium skyscraper while your robot assistant that looks eerily like your dead first love is serving you delicious canapes with the most rarest of caviars. But you can also be like, man, this is pretty lonely, but check this out. Laser gauntlets. Bang, boom, bang. That's pretty fun.
All right.
You might just turn into like Rick from Rick and Morty, You might just be like, I can make all these things, but what's the point?
Yeah, I think
So you're saying you'll be hilarious?
Yeah, it's like you exist for everyone else, which is lame and yeah. I would go. What do you guys say? What do you say, Jake?
Take two on that joke. Hold on, let me do a different version of that joke. So you're saying I'd be smart enough to enjoy Rick and Morty?
Very good.
You need a very high IQ if you remember the thing.
D.
I still like the idea that you can do anything.
Create a utopia, but your life sucks personally. It's down. I don't disagree with D. It's down there.
It's D. Let's give it a D. Done. All right, 3 left to go. What do we got? What's in the chopping block? Healing factor. I feel like this is always just so gnarly. I mean, it'd be great. You wouldn't have, right, because you could get rid of cancer and stuff too, or whatever, so you'd never have any anxiety about that. You can't heal other people, right? You're just healing yourself?
If you need plot armor, blood transfusions, why not?
And are we pulling a Wolverine where James Howlett will heal over his traumatic memories if something bad happens mentally? Are we going to that level with it?
I didn't think about that, but
is it can you die?
Can you die?
Yeah,
that's
Wolverine rules. It's just naturally it goes slower.
Okay.
So
everyone you love dies, which sucks.
It does, but that'll happen without healing factor.
Yeah, but you'll outlive everybody that you once loved. It's the vampire thing.
Someone in your social circle is gonna outlive everyone. Might as well be you. I'm just saying.
I'm feeling B-ish about this.
Yeah, and I right away again I go to the body horror and I go to the Punisher parking a steamroller on top of Wolverine and just being like, yeah, heal from that fucker. It's gonna suck for a while when something horrible happens, but at least you do get to die, so it's not completely all the way down,
Yeah, and I could get really into cutting and there wouldn't be any consequences, which I think would be cool.
Okay, yes, maybe the Canadian government will kidnap you and try and give you metal bones. That's always a risk. But I feel like the day-to-day benefits, just again, freedom from limitations, freedoms from things holding you back. You're going to take more risks. You're going to live a much more full life. You're going to live a healthier life. Like, you can do so many physical things with your body that you might be too scared or too worried or too even just like physically weak to do. It is incredibly empowering. And again, assuming you don't piss off the Punisher during your day-to-day activities, I think it's a neat power to have.
Oh,
But
could
like,
totally
you
explode
found
that
that.
heroin habit. I could live out that dream of doing all the drugs without much consequence. I mean, I guess you could still get addicted to them, though.
What if squeezing bullets out of your body feels like passing a kidney stone?
Yeah. If it hurts
You
really
know?
bad. I'm thinking, I'm kind of C-ish on this one. I'm C-ish on this one. It's not cool. It's not like fun. It's just like helpful.
It's not fun. It's not fun. It's just helpful.
Yeah,
Okay,
then
fine.
then is it even C? I think it might be
Go
D.
lower.
Yeah. Is it F?
You don't have to worry about disease or injury ever again. While
That's not
still
fun at
living
all.
a-
And talk about
That's
and
great.
let's talk about gooning for 2 seconds. It has nothing to do with it. Neither here nor there.
Are you kidding me? Your refractory period's going to be like 2 seconds. If anything, you'll be a goon machine.
No, I don't think that's
You'll
how
be
it
more
works.
goon than man.
You have a longer life to goon with. You
Yeah,
do
that's
get
true.
that.
I can goon longer in life. All right, then it's not an F. I think it's a D. And the pranks, that is true. I can be like, oh my God, my guts are in my fucking hand in Central Park or whatever. And people be like, holy shit, I'm fucking traumatized. Million views. I think that might be a C then, actually.
I'm voting for C. I think there are downsides, but lots of benefits. And
Yeah, the prank bro thing changed it for me. All right, it's a C. Because I could be like, oh my God, you know what I mean? I don't know, like I'm prolapsed back there or something like that, and I'm like yanking on it and stuff, and
Tie your intestines to one corner of the city and just run to the other.
yeah, exactly. Oh fuck! Everyone's just like, whoa! Everyone's puking and shit.
And you're on heroin the whole time,
And
so you
I'm
don't even feel that much pain.
I'm loaded up to the gills on opiates. All right, what do we have next? Two more to go.
returned-
Weather control.
Just wanted to call back to Kim Jong Un with the cavernous that you can do that with healing factor 2. Anyway,
Yes,
moving on.
this is true. All right. Yeah, people are saying boring. I mean, I think for fun factor, like you'll never have a, day you're not trying to have. Like you want a rainy day, you get a rainy day. You want a sunny beach day, you get a sunny beach day. I mean, it's not that interesting, but at the end of the day, you'll just, if you want to get that golf game in with the boys in the morning, you better believe that sun's going to be out. And then pranks for the rest of the day. And then old man Rickersham wants to play golf. He's got a tee time at noon, and that storm comes out of nowhere, and he's so mad.
Okay, my brain immediately went to solve global warming, but you do you, old friend. You have a grand old
It was
time.
just a golfing scenario.
I mean, like, storm is definitely, like, a lot of possibilities, because, like, manipulating weather is really just energy manipulation in some ways, right? But if we take it to, like, a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure level, there's a character weather report who can
Yes.
do, like, if anything has happened at any point in time that was, like, a weather phenomenon, you can make that happen. That opens up possibilities. Raining frogs, like, wild shit that becomes possible. I mean,
And if you
I
can
don't know.
manipulate the winds and stuff, doesn't that give you flight, essentially?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to wear some, like, Jinkos or something, but, like, yeah, you could do it.
Yeah. All right.
You can
Worst case scenario
terraform it
is
if
you-
know.
Yeah. No, the worst case scenario is you actually decide to use your powers for good. There's our boy. And like now you're just like stuck flying from like town to town, country to country, just solving droughts. And you just like, that's your whole deal. You're just like, because once everybody knows it's you who controls the weather, then you're like going to be guilt tripped forever. They're going to be like, please, the hurricane's going to kill millions of people. And you're like, but Red Dead Redemption 3 just dropped. Come on, give me a day.
Your phone is going to get blown up all for the rest of your life because you got to be somewhere on Earth making that village like happy.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, I said it last time, and you guys disproved me, but this time, truly, there's no goon effect on this, and that does kind of bring it down for me a little bit.
I mean, you could shoot your dick with lightning, which I'm sure feels interesting.
That's not good. That's not.
A tornado around your junk for maximum sensation. Are you out of your mind, Holden?
I don't want a tiny wet tornado on my penis right now. I just don't ever think
Yeah,
I
but
want
then
that.
you gotta give like your weird like storm poetry slam like speech while you do it. You're like, wind soar, feel the phallus rain upon my ding dong.
I mean, I'd say it's a B from me, dog.
And then when you choose to let loose and nut, that tornado can use it to go size and rain on everybody. I mean,
and
Now
that's
it's
a
an F.
prank.
Now it's
And
an
that's a fucking YouTube prank right there. Oh, we're at Prospect Park and it's raining cum all over this woman and her family.
Stop, please, I beg you. This is not a scenario we are entertaining with the cameras on our faces broadcast.
And yeah, and I could throw like a bunch of leaves and wind at the liquor store guy's face to distract him and run out of the liquor store with the Grey Goose. I'm feeling good about it. So is it B or is it A?
Yes. Anyway,
It's
Might be A.
my fear of responsibility wants me to knock it down to a B because if it's just quietly giving yourself nice weather, that's like But if you're like really doing shit, then like everybody's gonna know, and it's just gonna be a whole headache.
It'll be a pain in the ass. All right, I think B. B, Woolie.
Okay.
Let's do it. All right, last one. What do we got? Is it flight? I'm guessing it's flight. It's flight, baby. All right, flight into the night. I mean, we all want to do it. We dream about it, you know, we think about it. I think in terms of fun factor, I mean, in a way it does have that, you know, ability you can really get anywhere. Nothing stopping you travel-wise. I think gooning's great. Gooning would be really fun to do that up in the clouds, so I'm cool there. Liquor store, I could fly out of the liquor store with a Grey Goose. I'm cool there. You know, pranks too is great. I can drop anything on anyone. I could drop a bunch of eggs or you know, something like that, I think, on people.
Just pick people up and drop them.
Yeah, and just drop them.
But jetpacks exist, you know what I mean? We're like a lot of this, like compared to some of the other things you can do where you can incidentally fly, just flight on its own. As someone who, like, there's memes of me betraying humanity for a jetpack. Like, I love the idea of flight. It's great. But on its own, I mean, it gets cold. You can barely breathe. You might pass out if you fly too high up. You know?
And it kind of reminds me of talking to animals. Like, it'd be cool for like a year, and then I feel like after a while you'd be like, all right, yeah, I'm used to that. I do it all the time.
No,
it's
you
just
go,
fine.
okay, all right, no.
And then it's just a convenience.
Flight always gets shat on these like discussions, and I'm sick of it because yes, okay, if you're actually like trying to go at like plane speeds, elevation is a factor, oxygen's a factor, weather's a factor, bird strikes are a factor, wind shear's a factor, all that stuff, okay. But in terms of just personal enjoyment, the feeling of freedom, just like flitting about around your own neighborhood, going to exotic places. I'm not even saying like flying across the Atlantic Ocean. I'm saying like flying to the Gobi Desert and like seeing new places from a new perspective is super fun. It's super convenient, just like going like on your roof, reaching high up places. Oh, the elevator's crowded? I'll just go the easy way, and you're flying everywhere. And as someone, just anybody who's lived with joint pain, just think how like relaxing and nice that feels. You can like stretch your back out. You can do all sorts of fun shit. And if you can just fly, you can't really do that much shit. The government isn't going to like, they'll be like, hey, listen, stay away from these specific bases. Otherwise, we'll like try and shoot you down. But you can just like have fun. You can just, hell, even without flight, go on to the Olympics and just like You're flying underwater. Nobody knows that you're not really swimming. You're doing the high jump and you're just flying a little. You're like breaking all sorts of world records.
What is the longest flight you've ever been on, Jake? The longest plane you've ever
12 hours. 12 hours, I think.
Imagine 12 hours just you over the ocean, just trying to stay awake, just going forward in the cold,
Right.
without even the comfort
I'm
of
saying
being on-
absent of that, even without that factor, just being able to fly around, just being able to hover,
Spider-Maning around
is
the
super
neighborhood.
fun.
There you go.
It's super
You'd be
fun.
able to do like Spider-Man on Broadway, which I think would be cool. Or I'd be able to be like a cool rock star, right? Like, holy shit, is he playing that guitar floating above us with his fucking dick? And everyone's just like, and I'm just like, la 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 la. You know what I mean? All right, now I'm a little higher on it. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Damn, James, you're getting fucking good at this, dude.
It's fun, but it feels like it'd be inferior fun to speed and teleportation. In terms
Sure.
of getting to places and seeing things.
All right, I'm going F.
What? No, it's more fun. What do we even have at blasts?
Well, we're about to have, actually, no, I can't decide whether
okay.
I want to put laser blasts or talking to animals down, but we'll figure that out in a second. I think flight is C. Can we agree C?
I'll yield C. There is a lot of fun to be had without a lot of baggage, assuming you don't try and fly across the Atlantic Ocean.
I think I get bored with it in about a year. All right, let's do C.
I get bored. I'd get bored too, but I would go D, but I'll concede, you know?
All right, there you go.
All right. Thank you.
Talking to animals, bring it down, baby. Your cats
No.
suck, chat. You don't even realize it. Boring. Take it down. That's my veto balloon right fucking there. And that means all three of our veto balloons have been popped. And no sub balloons, I think, for the first time ever. We've never had a no sub balloon episode. That's okay. We'll get your dirty subs from you. We'll get them soon. But I guess...
Was it my fault? I feel like it was my fault.
Yeah, that part where you were like, there's way better ways to spend your money than gifting 5 subs to LP and TV. That was weird, Woolie.
It was
much
hey,
Gaylor Saturn with 5 gifted subs. What do you want to give it to, Gaylor? You get your balloon, and I think we're gonna give the chat balloon to Tirzo. Gaylor, what do you have for the gifted sub balloon? We're looking now. We're waiting.
Say, if we're wondering what hurt the subs this week, it's probably when I suggested that Holden might have sex with a marlin.
Yeah, that
if
was
given the
strange.
right go-ahead.
I'm not gonna get my dick sucked by a marlin. And TMB with the 5 gifted subs. There you go, Gaylor Saturn. Which one do you want? Let's put weather control up to A. TMB, what is yours? And the final chat video, chat never got too upset collectively to put veto balloons in, so I'm giving Tirzo that final chat balloon. Let's see what it is. An anonymous gifter just gifted 10 subs. Thank you so much, an anonymous gifter. Man, appreciate you guys. That's a lot coming in at the last minute there. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Is it because Woolie was such an incredible guest? Woolie, thank you again for doing this. You were amazing.
Thank you. My pleasure. Absolutely.
Hell yeah. This was a lot of fun. TMB, let us know. I want healing factor up. Healing factor up.
All right.
And an anonymous gifter, I guess, thank you, Anon. I want to give you a balloon, but I don't know if you will be we will learn who you are. I can't talk anymore. Yeah, Gaylor says, what was it? Healing factor, no, weather control up. And TMB said healing factor up. And that's it. I think that's a locked list. Tirzo, are you moving anything with the final balloon? Thank you, Mint Chip Monday, for the sub. What are we doing? All right, Tirzo's gonna start moving things around. Ooh.
Oh. It's the first
What are we
time.
doing?
Tirzo loves the...
Tirzo gets to move anything, anywhere, by the way. They're the wild card.
What? Just one?
Wow, flight up
I'll
to B,
take
and
it.
that's it. Woolie, what do you got for us? Tell it, please, plug away. Woolie versus everything. I love your Twitch channel. It's awesome.
So much. Yeah, if you want to find more of me, I've got a channel on YouTube called Woolie Versus. It's Woolie Versus on Twitch as well. I stream games and play all kinds of stuff. Fighting games are my specialty. But I've also got 2 podcasts, Castle Super Beast, which I record with Pat Staresat, and Versus Wolves, which I record with Super Eye Patch Wolves. So yeah, check me out, Woolie Versus on all my stuff, and you can enjoy that. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah. Also, your chat, watch Evo this weekend. It's going to be fucking crazy.
I'm leaving for that flight in like 3 hours.
Dude, sick. Yeah, you just write me too. I'm going to be on a panel at Comic-Con, so check me out. San Diego Comic-Con. It's called Escaping the Algorithm, and I keep forgetting to tell people about it. So chat, come catch me at San Diego if you're there. I'm excited you're going to Evo. I wish I was you. I want to go to Evo. Jake, LPN, twitch.tv/Puppet Jared. Jake, you're streaming tomorrow night, right?
Me and my little VTuber friend are going to be streaming some weird-ass cartoons from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. That's tomorrow at twitch.tv/PuppetJared, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you then.
And I will, might be streaming right as soon as you're done tomorrow night, Jake. I'll be doing Final Boss Shatter the Erd Tree attempts tomorrow night. That's twitch.tv/HoldenAtorsHo. That's it. Thank you, James. Thank you, Tierzo. Let's get the hey out of here. Good night, everybody.